Hello, what is up YouTube? I've had a couple of questions today about how to remove a stuck case back. Alright, so we've got a couple of tricks. Obviously, if you can't use the appropriate tools, then you don't want to damage the watch. If it's rusted in place, you know, sometimes you maybe have to drip feed a little bit of WD-40 inside the case. But in this case, we are going to do a bit of a demonstration, and what you'll need for this is a watch with a stuck case back. Okay, this is a knackered old watch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the usual tool on it. And this is quite a large case actually. It should probably be in a bin because it's somebody's attempt at creating something it's not. And I'm going to apply this, I'm going to tighten this as tight as I can. I'm not really bothered if I break it. So this is now your stuck case back. Okay, so what you're going to need for this job is you're going to need a tool. I'm going to use the base of this IKEA cup. Okay, other cups are available, and I'm also going to use a hot glue gun. Okay, which you can get from most pound shops, and usually come with a couple of sticks of glue at the same time as well. Okay, so no matter what case back you use, really, generally these will be stainless steel or brass or anything really. The temperature that this is at will not damage your case back or the movement inside. Okay, even if it's got a plastic movement ring, the glue is only on hot for a small amount of time and it won't bother it. Okay, so this is obviously a bit of a last ditch attempt if you can't get anything to move yourself, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so while that's just warming up now, I've plugged it in, and a lot of people like to use the Bersian black balls, you know, and the Bersian black balls is a big rubber ball. It goes in your hand, it's kind of tacky, not so much sticky, but you get a good grip on it, and you'll put that on the case back and it'll give you a decent amount of force. Now obviously that's not sticking to the watch, that's not hard stuck, that is simply free to move. So no matter how much, when you put your pressure into your hand, you're going to put it in your palm and you can press it together and turn it, sorry, you're going to turn it that way to loosen it off with those balls. So that's one method. These things, I'm not a massive fan of this. I just knew that I could get a decent amount of torque to close it. They aren't amazing, but they will kind of do the job, but they have a habit of slipping. I have seen that if you put some PTFE tape on the threads, it'll stop that rattling, but I think everybody's got one of these lying about. Generally, these aren't my favourite. I like to use a decent kind of Bersian remover, but if you're dealing with high-end watches, let's be honest, you're not going to be pulling out glue guns and IKEA cups to pull these things off. Okay, so this is for the enthusiast and the hobbyist like me, and we'll see where we can get with it. Okay. Alright, so what we're aiming for here is a good dollop of glue, and what you want to do is make sure that you don't glue on the case itself, you're just going for the case back. Alright, and when you fire this glue on, it'll give you maybe about 3 or 4 seconds to get something, which I'm going to use the base of this cup here. You can use a bit of wood or something that fits nicely in your hand. Don't use anything abrasive, so no stones, metal tools, spanners, screwdrivers, because if you do catch it on your case, you will damage it more than you probably want to. Let's be honest, nobody likes any damage. So I'm going to use the bottom of this cup because it's plastic, and obviously plastic is softer than the metal, so if you have a lump of brass, that'll be fine. That'll go cause itself an issue before it causes an issue to a stainless case. So let's give this a go and see what we get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply oodles of glue to the back of this case back here, if I can get the glue gun to work. So just fire it on. This is a huge case back, this must be like 45mm or something, I don't know. That's on there, and then straight away whack on whatever you want to whack on it, and you can see down the edges there that the glue is just on the case back, it's not on the case itself. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to cool for a second as it sits there. Right, I think that's sufficiently cold now. It's for the magic of cinema, and sometimes this does take a couple of times, a couple of tries. So if you've got the glue's not sticking properly to the back of the case, maybe give it a wipe down with some acetone or something, or whatever tool you're using maybe hasn't got enough ability to grip onto whatever you're using. But I've used this before and it seems to work quite well. If you've got a movement holder as well, you know, the big wooden chunky movement holders, you can plonk that in a movement holder to give you even more grip on the top of that as well. So there's no heat in this, it's not warm or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it firmly in one hand, take this firmly in the other hand, and then twist. And there we go. One case back, okay? So now obviously that's stuck to the cup, okay? Which isn't really an issue. It'll just slowly peel off. I'll do it with my fingernails. There you go. Okay, and absolutely no damage to the case back there whatsoever. There's no glue residue, nothing like that. The glue is on the cup there. Imagine it was the other way around. This just peels off in a wanna. If you do end up with anything at all on your case back or on your tool or whatever, then you can use a little bit of acetone or just take it straight off. Hot glue guns are so safe that people use a hot glue gun on car paint, which is significantly softer than a stainless steel case back, in order to do paintless dent repair. So there's no point in me showing you me taking glue off, you know, but this just peels off, and that's that. So if you ever get stuck, and whoever you are on Facebook who just asked me this exact question, now you know. This is just coming off here now. There you go. And there's your glue. Okay, absolutely no damage, no marks on the inside, no heat marks, nothing like that. And what was that? That was a pound shop glue gun. All right, on to the next one. Thanks for watching.